Let's move on. Just days ahead of elections in South Africa, the top court has ruled that former President Jacob Zuma is not eligible to run for May 29 polls. The court quashed Zuma's complaint against the Electoral Commission's decision that a 2021 conviction for contempt prevents him from becoming a member of parliament. Legally, anyone convicted of an offence and sentenced to a year or more cannot stand for office until 5 years after the end of their jail term. Our correspondent Kalde Nongmu has more on this.
Less than a week ahead of the elections, Zuma gets hammered by the country's highest court. The Apex Court ruled that former president does not qualify to run for National Assembly. Zuma was not present in person, but his daughter and his supporters were seen visibly disappointed with the verdict. One of MK's supporters says Zuma's face is already in the ballot, and that does not change. People will continue to vote for the new party, and he was confident that MK will still get two-thirds majority. This judgment today was crucial not just for Zuma's political future, but it also set a precedent on how past criminal convictions shape one's ability for public office in South Africa. On Saturday, during the MK manifesto launch, Zuma had said even at his age he was forced to continue working because he wanted better South Africa. This is Kalde Nongmu from Johannesburg, South Africa. For WION, World is One.
Now to discuss this further, we are being joined by journalist and political commentator Edwin Naidu from Johannesburg. Mr. Naidu, good to see you. Please put this into perspective for us. Less than 10 days to go for elections in South Africa, and we see that Jacob Zuma has been barred from running in elections. Now we club that with reports coming in, opinion polls at least, that the ruling ANC might not get a majority this time. Put this into perspective for us.
Well, okay, I think, Jacob Zuma has caused a lot of anxiety among South Africans. I think, there's a lot of tension, there's fear. But I think, the real perspective here, though, is his name's already on the ballot as a leader of MK. The IEC won't remove him from the ballot. So, regardless of the decision that's taken by the highest court in the country, the name of Jacob Zuma is on the ballot. So I think, what does it tell you? It's a question of the court versus the people, because let's say there was one opinion survey that's done about a week ago that said that the MK party will get at least 8% of the vote. Definitely, many people like to see this as a Jacob Zuma versus Cyril Ramaphosa sort of battle.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be that in that sphere. But, definitely they're going to have some impact in terms of taking away votes from the ANC, particularly in KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, where Jacob Zuma is very strong. So it's going to have impact, and maybe the ANC won't rule that province again. On a national level, I think, the MK does not seem so strong. So, I'm not sure how the Constitutional Court would have decided, because definitely, you're looking at legalese here, because many people in South Africa say that we're using Roman Dutch law, and this is the will of the people being denied by preventing Zuma from taking part. Well, from taking part, but his name can't be removed from the ballot. So it's also a contradiction in that sense. So it's going to just add to the confusion. And I think, many people also, the big question is that this could lead to violence. In 2021, when Zuma was arrested, there was riots. In fact, President Ramaphosa on radio today in South Africa said that, Zuma is, we have rule of law, and, he doesn't think it's going to cause any problems. So, yeah.
Mr. Naidu, how are the voters seeing this election?
Well, I think, the voters are very, I wouldn't say clear cut, but, the ANC will win. That's a given, but the majority will have decreased. If they're going to get anything over 50%, it will be a surprise. I think there's a lot in the surveys show that there's a lot of apprehension in South Africa right now. There's a concern over which way it's going. There's also disappointment about the ANC. You know, the commitment to tackling corruption has not really manifested itself in government leaders who were, you know, really fingered during there was a huge commission that cost something like R1 billion to investigate, and nobody's gone behind bars. You know, the wheels of justice take so slowly, and I think, you know, many people seem to have the impression that the ruling party, you know, after 30 years of democracy, this year we're celebrating 30 years of democracy.
Yes.
The ruling party is just, you know, caught up in this wave of corruption, ensuring that their friends and families benefit. I think voters are very disillusioned, and you know, you're going to see it manifest itself during the elections.
Absolutely, Mr. Naidu. Thank you so much for getting us all those updates from Johannesburg.
Pleasure.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.